Hi everyone, welcome back to the Gallowgateshots YouTube channel. It's Scott again, back with episode 2 of the Football Manager Survivor series. In this show, what we're going to be doing is continuing on from where we left off in the last episode. If you haven't seen the last episode, I'll leave a link up in the card right there. There'll also be a link in the description to episode 1 as well. But basically what we've done, we've put in all of the fixtures, all of the results and all of the transfers that are in real life into Football Manager up to the end of January 31st, 2022. And then we took over from Eddie Howe as manager of Newcastle United. And the idea is to see if we can lead Newcastle United to Premier League survival. Obviously, when we started, we would have been deep in the relegation zone with only 2 wins, etc., etc. In the last episode, we had a win and a draw. Unfortunately, that win did not come in the Premier League. One thing that we couldn't have done with this import was brought in the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup fixtures, so we were actually still in the FA Cup, and we beat West Brom 5-0. Ryan Taylor having probably the best game of his life, playing a perfect 10 in Football Manager. And then we played the Everton fixture, which ended 3-3 after a late 92nd minute goal from Everton. Bit of a frustrating one that. Yeah, I feel the big thing of that is that the players are still getting used to the formation that I'm trying to make them play, and also the tactics as well. There's still a bit of familiarity to go with that. But what we'll do, we'll jump straight into the gameplay, and we'll probably take it straight into the first game, which will be the Villa game in the Premier League. So we'll jump straight into that. Okay, so before we take on Aston Villa in the next game, I just wanted to give a little view of the league as we currently stand. So as you can see, we are still in 18th. We did take over Norwich with that point because of the goal difference. But unlike in real life, Watford actually beat Burnley in their fixture midweek. So they are above us in 17th with 18 points, and obviously Everton, because they drew with us, they have 20 points. So we still have a lot to do. Let's jump straight into the Villa game and we will see how we get on in that fixture. And just before the Villa game, we've got some results from the Saturday beforehand. A couple of good results, a couple of bad results. So Burnley and Norwich both got beat, so they stay exactly where they are. Norwich are building up quite a game advantage on us, so we're equal on points to them, so hopefully we can pull away. But the big thing is Watford beat Brighton 2-1, which jumps them up to 16th above Everton. They do still have a game in hand on us, so we can maybe close that gap with the Villa game, but not what we want to see. That's 2 now that Watford have won, because they did also beat Burnley in the game before us. So they're starting to pull away, and I'm hoping that we can start to chase them after the Villa game. And here is the lineup going into the Villa game. I've had to make a couple of changes. Obviously, Matty Targett is not available for this because we're playing against his parent club. So I have brought in Paul Dummett as that covering wing back. Ryan Fraser comes back in. He couldn't play the last game because he was just too tired for that. And Jamal Lascelles had a little injury midweek, so I've replaced him with Federico Fernandez. He's fit to play, Lascelles, but this still says he needs monitoring, so I don't want to start him in this. But apart from that, not much else has changed. We've got Dubravka in goal, Byrne, Fernandez and Shaw in defence, Dummett and Trippier as the complete wing-backs, Bruno as the deep-line playmaker, with Joe Willock as the box-to-box midfielder. Then we've got St. Maximum and Fraser as our inside forwards, and as a complete forward, we've got Callum Wilson. So let's jump straight into the Villa game. And here we are at kickoff. So this is, again, another important game, especially given the results around us and the last game's results. Villa are a good team on paper, but I'm not quite sure how they play in this game. I've not really come across them much. It's funny, Football Manager. There's a couple of things. As Dubravka just pulls off a great save there. I didn't see who... Oh, and Danny Ings has just put the ball in the net after a really bad clearance, I believe, from Shaw. That was a really bad start. It's 1-0 after 4 minutes. We're playing the ball around nicely. Here's Bruno with the ball, passes it to Maximum, who's give it to Fraser. Trippier's out on the wing. Can you get the cross in? Oh, it's gone off for a corner, defended by Mings. Yeah, not a great start, 1-0, but we do have a corner, so let's see if we can catch something back here, as Shaw had a free header and he's just hit it straight over the bar. Yeah, not the best of starts, that. I think Everton are playing Leeds as well at this time, so I kind of want to keep an eye on them. It's later on, I believe, in the day, but that result could have a big impact on us if we don't get a result here. As we're playing the ball quite nicely, St. Maximum picks it up, gives it to Bruno, who stops and passes to Byrne. It's now back to St. Maximum. He's going to play it a little bit. Bruno's passing it back to Fernandez. We're playing it back across our back four, back to the keeper. We seem to be passing the ball quite nicely, which is what I wanted, but it's still attacking where I feel like we're lacking, as St. Maxim runs straight at the byline, gets across into Dummett, who slots it straight in past Martinez into the bottom right hand corner. That will do for me. That was a lovely little piece of build-up play. Great run by St. Maxim after that pass from Byrne. He just leaves Bailey for dust, and Consa just kind of gets to him in time before he cuts it back to Dummett, who just hits it first time with his left foot past Martinez. Not a chance. It's 1-1. Okay, so just before half time we have another little highlight come up as Byrne had a free kick. It's passed back to Dubravka, straight back to Byrne as Bruno passes it to St. Maximum. Gives it back to Bruno, who plays a great ball for Willock, who's running. Can he score from this? That's a great tackle by Luca Digne to deny Willock that chance. But we do have a corner. Fraser plays it in. Dummett's made that run. I've seen Dummett make that run, but he just couldn't quite angle it towards goal. We have another highlight just before half time as Watkins is now taking the ball upfield. Trippier's covering. Shaw's not really doing much from what I can see there. It's out to Digne, now McGinn. Coutinho's just played a lovely ball to Digne there, who crosses it into Watkins, turns Coutinho, don't let him shoot. Chambers, yeah, that's not going anywhere. That should be it for this half, I think. And it's half time. Not the best of starts, but we have come back into this. It's 1-1. I'm hoping not another draw happens in this game, but we shall see, as we're going to go straight into the second half. Okay, so the second half is just kicked off with Danny Ings there, who was the goal scorer earlier on in this game. Yeah, it's been much of a muchness. There hasn't been many highlights other than a few right near the end. I kind of feel like we applied pressure right at the end of the game. But now Villa are moving the ball around quite nicely in the midfield. We are putting some pressure on, and yeah, that leads to nothing, which is quite nice. As Dummett picks up the ball here, he's going to run it forward a bit, gives it to Bruno, who plays a lovely pass again to Ryan Fraser, who his shot just gets saved by Martinez. That ball by Bruno was outstanding over everybody. As we're coming up to the hour mark here. Okay, so we have a free kick. Fraser plays the ball in. And now Danny Ings is going to run with it, which isn't great. We've got a lot of players back, though. Yeah, Dummett's intercepted. Dummett's been really good this game. But that attack comes to nothing, unfortunately. I think fatigue might be starting to kick in for a couple of these players. St. Maximum plays it past everyone. And that ball to Fraser was a bit wayward, but he picks it up and manages. And then he crosses back in. St. Maximum with the header. After that cross by Ryan Fraser, it's 2-1, 70 minutes gone. I was just about to take St. Maximum off because he was looking a bit tired. But that ball to Fraser was a bit wayward, but he plays a nice little 1-2 with Kieran Trippier to get the player away from him, and he just turns and crosses it, and St. Maximum just beats his man straight past Martinez. Matty Cash didn't have a chance with that header, and it's 2-1. Yeah, we've got a lot of tired players, so let's see what we can do. I am going to take off St. Maximum, even though he has just scored. I'm going to swap him with Fraser. Let me bring up the tactics here. I'm going to swap him with Fraser, and I'm going to bring on Jacob Murphy just to provide a bit more. I think he's better defensively, and Fraser will help dumb it out a bit more. Is there anybody else who's not having that great of a game? Yeah, Kieran Trippier's not having a great game. I feel like he can improve, so I'll leave him on. He seems to be playing okay. Yeah, let's just do that. Let's confirm those, and let's get on with the rest of the game. Okay, so it's been a little while, and someone has been injured, and it's Kieran Trippier. I was going to take him off, but he's went off injured. Let's hope that isn't too bad. I'm going to bring on Manquillo to cover him. I'm also going to bring Chris Wood on for Callum Wilson. He's not playing too well at all, so I'm hoping Chris Wood can win more of those long balls, because I feel like we might be reverting to those later on. I'm also going to change in possession. Let's do a bit of time wasting just so we can keep the ball and change our mentality to a bit of a cautious approach just so that we can hold on to this 2-1 lead. I am shutting up shop. And Villa have a throw-in, and Matty Cash has the ball. He's played it down to Coutinho, who passes it through, and Danny Ings picks the ball up in our box, totally unmarked, and he hammers it home. It's 2-2. Have we conceded another late goal to throw away another lead? I hope not. It's now 2-2. We have a highlight straight from kickoff, and Danny Ings has been taken off. It was obviously his last play of the game, but we have the ball. Jacob Murphy now back to Cher, and Cher's back to Murphy. Murphy to Willock. Willock plays a ball along to Paul Dummett, who's made a great run on that left-hand side. Plays it into Fraser. Fraser to Bruno. Bruno keeps the ball well, gives it to Willock, whose shot is instantly blocked. It's still 2-2, 87 minutes. Let's see if we can nick this right at the end. We do have a corner, and Fraser's going to run this up. Plays the ball in. Yeah, didn't even beat the first man. That was a poor corner. Although Willock can play Fraser back in, who plays another cross, doesn't get there. Manquillo's got it. Manquillo gets a cross in, and it's a goal from Chris Wood. It's his first goal of the season in the league. He did score in the FA Cup, but that was a great cross. I believe it was Manquillo who got the cross in, and Wood just beats his man. I mean, he's that tall, he has to again, just like Dan Burn, right? That cross from Fraser just whacks off Ashley Young's head, and then Manquillo plays it down to the byline, crosses it in, and it looks like it hits it hits him in the chest or in the belly and goes in. But that could be all she wrote. There is 5 minutes of injury time, and Villa do have a highlight, but Dubravka gathers that quite nicely. And I say I've got them on waste time a little bit, so they will hold on to that ball a bit more. Dubravka is going to play it long. Who's going to pick this up? Manquillo gets the head on, but it doesn't go into the path of Murphy. Shaw's just Manquillo's going to pick that up, and Dummett's going to hoof that to Wood. Wood picks it up. Manquillo's got it now. Can he play through anybody? I feel like he could have played on Willock there, but he's kept a hold of it. He's running it to the byline. Wood again with a header, and Martinez claims that one. As we're looking at 92 minutes, and there's a highlight for Villa. This is horrible. Fernandes picks it up and just hoofs it away. That's great. I would really... No nonsense defending, but they still have the ball crossed in. Fernandes again with a header. Wood comes back to help out. Manquillo can play it down. Murphy's made a run. I did see that. Can he? He's absolutely smashed it. Jacob Murphy has absolutely smashed it into that top left-hand corner. He's made it 4-2 in the 92nd minute. Look at this ball from Manquillo. I've seen Murphy make that run. He just absolutely handed it to him on a plate. The control was pretty great, and then he just spanks it, and it's nowhere near Martinez. He's got no chance of getting that. It's 4-2, and we've won our first game in charge in the Premier League. There's no way they're coming back from this. Can we get a fifth? Let's have a look. Ryan Fraser now with the corner. He's going to cross it in. And yeah, that goes straight over the bar. That's probably all she wrote. Yes, it is. The whistle has gone.
We've won you now. Get in.
Beaten Aston Villa. So we're getting 4 points from our first 2 games. Kieran Trippier did pick up an injury, which I am a bit concerned about. Although, Javi Manquillo filled in really nicely. Ryan Fraser's played another blinder of a game, man of the match performance with a 7.9. I feel like Fernandes did a lot more at the end of the game to warrant a bit better than a 6.7, but that's how the game has scored him. And just look at that XG, like we absolutely dominated on there. We had 55% possession, 17 shots, 8 on target. We only had 1 clear-cut chance, which I don't know how you get that and only score 4 goals, but there we go. 11 corners, 90% pass completion. The passing around of the ball is one of the things I wanted to address, and I think with the way that they're lined up, there's always going to be someone to pass to, so that's a great start. Okay, so Kieran Trippier looks like to have just got a tight hamstring, which I'm happy about. He's only out for a few days. He's not out for long term, which is a relief. So these are the rest of the results of the Sunday fixtures. So unfortunately, Everton have beaten Leeds 3-2, which takes them a little bit higher up the table. I still feel like they're the ones that we can catch. As it stands, we are now on 19 points, just behind Watford, who are on 21, and then Everton on 23, although Everton have a game in hand on both of us. Yeah, this is going to go right down to the wire. West Ham have been losing a few games recently as well, I've noticed, so that's only good for us because we play them next. Just before the West Ham game, these Saturday fixtures have played Again, some pretty decent results for us. Norwich got beat 3-1 of Liverpool. Leeds got beat 4-1 off Man U. You've got Burnley getting beat 4-0 off Brighton. But Watford get another point. They drew 1-1 with Villa, who have been on a poor form of results recently. I feel like Watford getting that extra point really doesn't help us at all. Obviously it doesn't, but we do have the game in hand, so if we can win that, it'll close that gap a little bit more. But we'll move on to the West Ham game and we'll see what happens. Okay, so here is the lineup for the West Ham game. Made a few little changes here. First thing I did is brought back in Matty Targett for Dummett. It was a bit harsh, but I feel like Matty Targett is the better player against West Ham, at least. We're going to need his legs to make those runs up and down. I've also brought in Cameo for Trippier. Trippier had a little bit of an injury this week, so he's not fully fit. He is on the bench. Lascelles is back in that central defence cover with Fernandes. Shaw drops down to the bench. And then finally, I've got Miggy Almiron come on for Joel Willock. I just want to give him a bit of a run out, see what he can do in this position, because I've not tried him in the box-to-box role. With all that, let's move straight into the game and see what happens. And we have a free kick with Fraser. He's played it out, but it's picked up and cleared. But Bruno with a great little tackle there. It's going to pass to Fraser. Fraser back to Bruno. Fernandes now. Almiron's got it. He's picked up Manquillo. He can't really turn. They seem to be crossing down. That was a lovely back heel. St. Maximum skies it. He's offside anyway. But that was a great back heel pass from Callum Wilson to play in St. Maximum. Unfortunately, he was just offside. West Ham now have a corner. Cross it in by Cresswell. And that's off the crossbar. I think it was Souček who got that. As Bruno's taken a free kick. And that's straight off the wall and straight off for a corner. 10 minutes gone, has been a lot of highlights. We now have a corner. Fraser's crossed it in as that just beats Matty Targett. Now West Ham are breaking. Can we get men back? We can. Manquillo's covering with Berahima there. And then Almiron's out to cover. That's a great clearance by Burns. St. Maximum can pick it up and run with it. Yeah, he's trying to take on too many people there. He should have passed the ball. Okay, another highlight here. Manquillo's throwing it to Fernandes. Fernandes to Lascelles. Bruno's got it. He's going to play it to Wilson. He's going to give it straight back to him. There's no one running past Wilson, unfortunately. Burn has the ball. He's going to run up with it. St. Maximum now. Can he play in Fraser? No, he's too short to be winning those against Cresswell. But Lascelles can deal with that ball from West Ham all day. As Almiron now gets it, passes it to Bruno. Bruno to St. Maximum, who lays off Targett, who's going to run at it. Gets tackled, but St. Maximum picks up the dead ball. Plays through Ryan Fraser. Can he score? Yes, he can. Absolutely great little piece of play there. That was a lovely through ball by St. Maximum, and Fraser just hits it past the keeper into that bottom left-hand corner. You can see here, that was a good tackle by Dawson, but St. Maximum picks it up, and then I thought he was running into trouble. Gets Fraser in, who just spanks it past the goalkeeper. It's 1-0 with 17 minutes gone. St. Maximum condition is absolutely poor. I think he might be injured. He's taken a knock. Yeah, he has. I might have to take him off. We'll see if he can continue. He seems to be chasing Berahina okay, but he might have to come off in the not so near future. As West Ham are playing it round, and that's a great little play through, but saved by Dubravka. Let me just check on St. Maximum. Got a potential knee injury. It says he wants to stay on, so we'll give him till half time and see how he gets on. But it may be that we need to take off St. Maximum. All his conditions come back up, so he may have shook it off. West Ham have equalised. I didn't get the highlight there, but Antonio literally tapped it in from a free kick from West Ham. Not the greatest of start there, but it is 1-1. We've only had 2 shots. We haven't been playing too well. 48% possession and 86% pass completion. St. Maximum seems to be injured, so I'm going to have to take him off. So let's do that now, and we'll jump straight into the second half. Okay, so the second half is kicked off now, and Bruno has the ball as Murphy gets it, gives it to Byrne. That's a great tackle by Bruno there, and Fraser's played to Murphy. Can Murphy score? Oh, he's hit it wide. Oh, that was on a plate, and he's just dragged it wide. 60 minutes gone there. It's 1-1. I feel like this could go either way as West Ham have a free kick. Fornals was just on his own there, no one picking him up, and he gets a shot away, but it was wide. Luckily for us, it was wide. Manquillo's condition's a bit down, so I'm going to give Trippier a little run out, and I'm going to bring on Wood for Wilson, who's having a poor game yet again. Okay, that's dealt with very easily. But Wood, that pass was awful. But Miggy Almiron's going to chase it down. Trippier wins a header, but it goes straight to Declan Rice. Diop to Zuma. Noble now, Diop. Almiron's doing some good pressing, but I feel like, yeah, Antonio straight through. Was he offside? I think he might be offside, you know. That's going to VAR. I hope it's offside. Goal disallowed. He was offside. Got lucky there, but I felt like, yeah, he was. Ooh, it was close. Okay, 80 minutes gone. I'm going to try and keep this. Draw, because I don't think we're going to get another goal. We've only had 3 shots on target, so I'm going to drop down to a cautious mentality, and just see if we can run this one out. Or if we can get a goal, that would be even better. Okay, West Ham have just had a throw-in that we've cleared, and they now have the ball on the edge of our box. As Dawson plays it, but Murphy blocks it. They get a corner. 90 minutes. 3 minutes of injury time. We're coming up to that 91st minute. Can we hold on? I hope we can. Oh, blimey. Dubravka there saved for the point-blank header from Zuma. He should have kicked it. Murphy plays a little tricky back heel to Trippier. Bruno now. Wood. Fraser's got it. Murphy's got it. Can Murphy finish? Murphy can finish. It's 2-1 in the 92nd minute. Is that going to be the end of it? That is. The ball from Bruno to Wood was great. I thought he was going to play in Almiron because Almiron's running straight down the middle, but Murphy just pulls away from Noble and Dawson, and then the keeper had no chance. He'd given up before the ball was even kicked. He slots it into that bottom left-hand corner. It's 2-1, but West Ham come back with a highlight, and I hope that is just going to be the obligatory let's play the ball until the final whistle blows, which it should have done by now. We get the ball back, and we're now just going to keep hold of it, I hope, although Trippier's running it to Bruno. Yeah, Bruno to Fernandez, Lascelles. Yeah, back and forth. Just keep it until... Why is the whistle not gone? It has gone. It's 2-1. Not the best of performances. Fraser and Murphy probably our 2 best players. Obviously, they got the 2 goals.
Get in.
It's 2 games played. It's 2 wins. Okay, that ends it for this episode. Good couple of results there. 2 games played, 2 wins. We're still in the relegation zone because of other fixtures, but we've closed that gap on Watford and Everton. So hopefully we can continue on. Next episode will be next week. There'll be 2 more games played. I'm just going to check the schedule, even though it's not on your screen. We've got Brentford in the Premier League and then West Ham away in the FA Cup. So we'll be covering both of those. Hopefully we can beat Brentford and come out of the relegation zone. But like I said, that's it for this episode. If you do like this content, please hit the like button. Please leave a comment. And if you want to be known when the next episode is available, just hit the little bell icon next to that subscribe button and you'll be alerted not only when these videos go live, but when any of the Gallowgateshots videos go live. As always, if you do also like this content, please consider subscribing. It costs you absolutely nothing and you get tons of content. This sort of stuff. You've got the My United videos. You've also got the weekly podcasts, not only the Always Smiling Faces, but extra time as well as post-match patter and also pre-match reviews. We really do cover everything. There's no better place on the internet for this sort of content for Newcastle United. And if you want to throw a bit of money our way, consider becoming a subscriber. It's $2.99 a month or $4.99 a month. It gives you early access to some of these videos. These Football Manager ones go early access. The My United ones all go early access as well. So you will get exclusive early access to those. You also get access to the Telegram group. There's about 115 members in that. It's a battery drain, but it's great crack. There's some really good people in there, similar like-minded people like yourself. So if you want to throw a few quid our way, there's a link in the description on how to do that. But that's all for today's episode. Yeah, we've got a couple of wins, really good couple of results. But that's it from me, and I'll see you in the next episode.